They're organized. They've got numbers. They've got their own hard men. You crack your knuckles. Time to work. But as you leave, you catch a look between the operator and the top man. Something in their eyes you haven't seen before. Worry. Level 7. Operator. You run the systems that keep the money flowing. Illegal betting, protection arrangements, moving stolen goods through people who know how to make things disappear. You know what comes in, you know what goes out, you know who's skimming and who's loyal. Numbers don't lie, and you read them better than anyone. Today you're counting last week's take from the betting shop. Good numbers. The racehorses have been kind. Then a runner bursts in. They hit a shop, broad daylight, walked in, cleaned it out, walked out. You set down your pencil. That shop is yours. Has been for years. They're here. You start calculating. How much can you lose before the whole thing collapses? Which operations are vulnerable? Which men can you trust if things get bloody? You send for the hard men. You send word to the top man. This is bigger than one robbery. The Southside crew has committed an act of war. Level 8. Top man. Every eye in the room is waiting for you to speak. You're in the back of the garrison, your pub, your territory. The operator sits across from you. The hard men line the walls. The whole operation, everyone who matters, packed into one room. You're not a king. You don't sit on a throne. You're just the man who settles disputes, picks targets, controls the takings, and decides who your crew stands with and against. In a world of loose alliances and shifting loyalties, that's power. The Southside crew has been pushing for weeks. Small moves at first, now they've crossed the line. The shop robbery was a public challenge. If you don't respond, you're finished. The shopkeepers stop paying because you can't protect them. The bookmakers make deals with someone else. Your own men start wondering if they backed the wrong horse. You built this over years. You didn't inherit it. You earned it and you bled for it. You remember being a tag-along once, following older boys through these same streets, waiting for your chance. You remember your first job as a runner. The note you carried felt like fire in your pocket. You remember your first real fight, the taste of blood in your mouth, the moment you realized you weren't afraid. Every rank, every rung of the ladder, you climbed them all. You've handled rivals before, police raids that scattered the crew for weeks, internal betrayals that nearly tore everything apart. Each time, you found a way through. That's why these men trust you. That's why they're sitting here now, waiting. One of the hard men speaks. Give the word, we'll handle it tonight. You shake your head. Rushing in is how you lose. You've seen it happen. You look around the room. 40 men who count on you. And you take a breath. We don't hit back blind. First, I want to know who their top man is, who he drinks with, who owes him, and who owes us that owes him. You stand up. I want to know where his money comes from and where it goes. I want to know his weaknesses, his habits, his blind spots. You walk to the window. Outside, the street is quiet. When we move, it ends. One night. They don't recover. But we do it smart and we do it right. The room is silent. Then slowly, every man nods in agreement. These men chose to follow you. They chose you because you kept them alive and kept them earning. Because when everything went wrong, you found a way. Now you have to do it again. You look at the faces around the room. Runners who became thieves, thieves who became hard men, boys who started as tag-alongs, hovering at the edges, and now stand ready to fight for streets they've bled on. You built this, all of it, and you'll be damned if anyone takes it from you. You don't know exactly how this ends. Nobody ever does. But you know one thing for certain. Nobody takes what's yours without a fight.